But we've got the man here himself. He tried to hide, but I told him not to. But yeah, what's she like, Robbo? Back in the big girl.
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, nah, real good.
You feel at home?
Yeah, back where I should be.
Good morning, everybody. It is the 3rd of July today. So the grader was going about 2 weeks ago, but it didn't get sort of put to work until last week. So we are actually here at a property that it is working at. So it's not ours. We're contracting to this property, and it is Robbo's on the grader. You might be able to see he's got the lights on over there. And he's working on this contour bank here, and it looks like he's got a few to go. But yeah, basically, if you follow the channel, you know what happens over time. The contour banks, they do silt up a bit. Obviously, it's a low point where the water's running, so you do get a bit of a build up. And every now and then, you come through and clean it out. And the grader does a terrific job as long as it's on grade and the contours on grade and there's no wet patches as far as pools of water sitting there. Makes it really easy to just come through with the grader and do this sort of thing. So it looks like it's doing a good job. So we're in for a little bit of rain over the next couple of days. Don't know how much. It is overcast, so we'll just I think it's not really meant to rain until a bit later on, but I think it is just drizzling a little bit. But the reason I'm here is the grader has one issue, and that is one of the front wheel motors isn't driving. Now it's an electrical issue, it seems. I think Robbo's played with the plug a couple of times and it sort of comes and goes a little bit. So these John Deere graders, for those that don't know, are a little bit different to the Cat ones. So these ones have the back four wheels driving as normal, and the front wheels are actually a hydrostat, and they help. So we've found it makes a massive difference having the front wheels just at least helping when you're grading. You can push more dirt. Also, if you're starting to get into soft stuff, you can use the front wheels to sort of help pull you out. You can also use the front wheels to sort of pull you back up if you're on a bit of an angle in some wet stuff. Sometimes when the front wheels aren't driving, they're just sort of skidding along and you're trying to turn. And but when they're actually are turning themselves, they can help pull you up and keep you straight. So it basically means the grader can do more than what an equivalent size grader with only the two axles at the back driving. So that's that's the brief explanation. Well, it wasn't very brief, was it? But it was an explanation. So yeah, I'm just going to have a bit of a fiddle around with some wires, check if I can see a bad connection. We did get the hydrostat and the wheel motors all rebuilt, so they're all good. But yeah, there is, I think, a high-low solenoid on each wheel motor, So if there's an issue with that, it could be causing some problems. But anyway, we'll see what we find. Well, we have made a little bit of progress here. It was just as easy as Robbo told me somewhere that was pinched, and I pulled it apart, and yeah, it was pinched, and we've got a yellow wire that is no longer connected. So, but we've got the man here himself. He tried to hide, but I told him not to. But yeah, what's she like, Robbo? Back in the big girl?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, nah, real good.
You feel at home?
Yeah, back where I should be.
So it looks like she's pushing a bit of dirt.
Mate, to be honest about it, the new tranny and the wheel motor's done. This machine has got a lot of push.
Yeah, righto.
She signs right on.
You reckon the front wheels have got a bit more pull on them, eh?
Yeah, I'm back to half throttle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, less.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and have a look at the conditions.
Yeah.
It's just puggy black mud.
For those that don't know, this dirt, when she's a little bit damp,
yeah,
I don't know what it's like pushing, but it's sticky and just hard work.
Takes a lot of moving, and that's exactly it, Matty. A lot of hard work. Yeah.
And it sticks everywhere. It hasn't actually stuck to the blade too bad, but
yeah.
usually it doesn't slide off the blade like it should.
Yeah, yesterday she was about 2 foot thick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, knock it off at the end of every run.
So anyway, it's the grader's back.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can just fix this little issue, and then the code will clear, and Robbo will get back into it. But yeah, it's good. It's a good feeling. She was out for 2 months.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but we're able to source gears and cogs from overseas, and
yeah,
Brad and Ozzy just hooked in. So
all worked out better than a brand new transmission.
Yeah.
Do it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's going well.
I don't know what the cost was, but I know the reconditioned or remanufactured one was about $80,000.
Yeah. Yep.
So it would have come in well under half.
We seem to have some pretty capable fellas here in Australia.
Mm.
They do a pretty good job.
Mm.
And little Brad himself.
Yeah, Brad's not afraid. Sometimes he should be a bit more afraid, but he's not too afraid to have a crack.
He knows what he's doing. But
he figures it out along the way. Yeah. But no, it's good. It's having Ozzy on deck too. He does a bit of that sort of stuff. So you just a bit of guidance and Brad's got the no fear.
Adjusting the valves and that, she's running pretty good.
Yeah, no, it did sound good there before. So anyway, I better. If I spend 5 minutes yakking before I get this done, I might have Brad and Phil on me back saying, why are you talking too much?
Yeah, I'll have to ring management.
Righto. Got that all sorted. The code's gone. Seems to be working. We're just going to test it. I might hang around a bit while he's working and just make sure it doesn't come back. But yeah, we're just going to make sure it's actually spinning. So. That's a good start. You want to just turn the front and I'll check it doesn't pinch. Yeah, I think that's okay. Ray, we're good. She's all pretty tight in there, but not much more we can do. Well, I'll just...
So when I flick this switch back too, okay, front wheels only.
Oh yeah.
See that?
If you ever have something really bad go in the back, you can crawl home, eh? Ah, it's always good when it works, when you fix it. So yeah, there's actually 3 wires pinched in there. You might have seen on the time lapse, but yeah, it's sort of tricky. I didn't have enough cable to... Really, I would have liked to cut all of the rest of them, the other 3, and join them all, stagger them all, but sometimes it doesn't quite... Yeah, it's not as easy as that. It's a pretty tight fit, so... Anyway, I'll just hang around here for a bit, see if he's got any more issues, and then I'll head. Does sound nice. Seems to be running pretty sweet. Well, I got the thumbs up, so she's all good still. Well guys, it's been a couple of days actually. We did get some rain. We got pretty well widespread, I think it was about that 15 to 20 mil. I think there was 17 or 18 mil here at the development block. And yeah, the other properties, I think it was around that, but yeah, very nice. It was pretty just gentle soaking rain, most of it. Well, what I might do first is a lot of the channel, particularly a little while ago, was we were bogging stuff, pulling stuff out, dozers, tractors, whatever. And yeah, we've always loved to experiment with different things, straps, slings, all of that. So yeah, those that watch the channel would be familiar with that. And yeah, probably just before last harvest, it was really wet. We'd obviously had the wet sowing season, obviously last year, and then going into harvest, it was all pretty wet. And then we got a recovery rope sent to us to test, and then it stopped raining, so we haven't really got an opportunity to use it yet. And so it is this one here. So it's a 50-ton recovery rope, just a experimental one. Unfortunately, we just haven't had a chance to use it. The company that sent it to us, yeah, they just wanted testing, and I've been feeling a bit bad because we haven't got an opportunity to test it. We had it with the dozers, we had it at harvest and then sowing, and just never really needed it. So yeah, so anyway, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But I won't show you my pin here for my toolbox. That would not be good. So I do have they did send us a couple things to test that they were trialing out. Now, in the last video I did where I did mention these, I think the video was titled something like recovery gear we didn't need, but we did use this once. There was one opportunity right at the start of harvest when a neighbour got bogged, and it was 9 o'clock at night. I wanted to go home, and yeah, I probably should have used that opportunity to test the recovery rope, but yeah, hindsight is 2020. I didn't know that was going to be the only opportunity, and I didn't really want to be mucking around filming at night because that never comes out really well. But so anyway, lost opportunity there. But this soft shackle is what they used for that recovery. There was actually a header or a combine for our American viewers, bogged, and yeah, so 2 tractors were hooked up to it, and this might have had 25 to 30 ton of strain on it, and it's certainly by no means worn out. It's just used, so there's nothing structurally compromised there from that. So I think if you look after them, many uses. So I think Now these are on the website. Carbon Off-Road is the website. I'll put a link in the description. And they do a lot of recovery gear. So mainly aimed at the four-wheel drive market, so winches, all of that stuff. Like there's a broad range of stuff they do. You've got smaller recovery ropes, recovery toe straps, just everything you can think of. So they were wanting to branch out into some of the bigger gear just to see what it's like. So you can actually buy these. I think they're about $100 Australian. And yeah, I think just the safety side of it is going to make a massive difference. It really changes the game when you don't have a 5 to 10 kilo steel D-shackle in the middle of straps or something, and then, you know, it can turn into a projectile or damage vehicles or hit someone or whatever. So if this come off and hit something, it wouldn't make a lot of damage, wouldn't probably damage it a lot. And if it came off and hit somebody, you probably wouldn't die, whereas some of the other options you probably would. So yeah, safety-wise, these are going to be a game changer for us. I think we're going to use a lot more of them. Hopefully we get a bit of a chance to test them out a bit more. We just, again, haven't really had that chance. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, that was a long intro into what I'm hoping to do today, but Carbon Off-Road, the company, they also sent a protective sheath for the recovery rope, and I'm going to put that on. I did actually measure it up, and because it's all just experimental kind of stuff at this stage, the cover was actually not quite long enough, so it'll cover most of it, but maybe not just a metre or so at one end. So anyway, I'll get this protective cover on it, and I'll see if I can fit it back in the box. Well, after quite a bit of fiddling around, maybe I'm just not, my hands aren't strong enough, but it is very difficult to get the end right. Now I have modified that end. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for that one, but what basically is meant to happen is that fat bit there is meant to go where it, the loop comes back and it doubles up down here. So, and then this bit here is meant to go around the loop bit there to protect that, but it's a bit too long, and just the way it all kind of went, it didn't work real well. So I did quite a bit of modifying. So this is what this end looks like now. I cut that bit and then used the heat gun to sear the end so it doesn't all unravel. I need to do a little bit more there actually, but and that way this end we'll get some good testing out of that to see how well that is protected. So yeah, I've just got to go through and button that all up. Well, after some serious modifying, and actually a good idea from a cousin that's visiting, Graham, we ended up where this was. You can see there's a join there. We haven't stitched it obviously, but that was flipped around that way. So the fat bit there was down here, and that bit is usually meant to go around the loop, but because the cover was too short, which we knew, yeah, this obviously works because we can at least get this fatter bit over where it is thicker, because that bit there won't reach around here. So that way pretty well all of it's protected except this little bit here, and the offcut from the other end I just put around there where your drawbar pin goes to help there. And yeah, it probably will, as it stretches and it's used, it'll move in and out, but yeah, at least dragging it through mud, it's not going to all get absolute filthy. So now to see if it'll fit in the box, and I guess I probably should go ask Brad what his plans are, but there's a couple other jobs that need doing. We do have Brad ferreting away over here on Tiny Tot, and Graham, he's lending a hand too. So there's a couple of steel hoses that needed to be replaced. He might have thrown out. You threw them out, did you, Brad? You threw out the old hoses?
Just on the back of the trailer.
So yeah, they were just a bit. One of them was leaking slightly, I think, and one was probably not too far off leaking somewhere. So new ones of them, and just going through, checking a couple of bits and bobs. I think checking pressures. The pressures were good for the clutch, Brad.
Yeah, they all met spec.
So they were met or above spec.
I'm not allowed to take any more footage on the dozer.
I didn't say that.
I didn't.
No, but I might have to limit you to maybe 10 minutes a day of footage.
10 minutes of footage. Gee.
I've told him that it's every minute of footage he takes, it costs me about 3 or 4 minutes.
So that's why I take long videos.
He doesn't want me to have a family life.
No, exactly. My vengeance. And we've got our cousin over there.
Yeah, no, he made an appearance. He made an appearance before. So he's from Victoria.
Don't hold it against me.
Yeah. So that's where all the family kind of originates from years and years ago. So anyway, so Graham's up here. He's here for a week. I don't really know what you're doing. Are you any plans? Just
no, chilling out and just doing whatever you guys are doing.
Yeah. Chilling out.
Chilling out.
Waiting for it to dry. So
shout out to Ross Walker if you're allowed to put that in too.
Oh, I'll see. I'll see.
Yeah.
It's pretty tight sort of airspace on the videos. I can't just squeeze everything in, but
Yeah, we're not the ABC.
He's a dedicated viewer.
yeah. I've been rearranging nuts and bolts into these cases. So got all of that, the UNC sizes in there. And then I got metric in there. I won't bother opening that up. It looks the same as that. And yeah, so just trying to tidy up a bit of this sort of stuff while it's a bit wet. We're probably going to have some lunch soon. Look, if there is something exciting happening, I'll video it, but I think that'll probably be it for today and in the video. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next one.